Nong Hong joins me in the studio. She's the Executive Director and Senior Fellow at the Institute for China-America Studies. Welcome. These types of operations by U.S. Navy warships were done under the Obama administration. Clearly, they're being done again under the Trump administration. So clearly, not a change in approach by the United States here when it comes to South China Sea.
Well, it's very interesting to know that whether it's under the name of routine operation or freedom navigation, so legally speaking, there's not too much to question about the legitimacy of this operation. But most important, what matters is the timing and also the message from the Trump administration. When I say the timing, because China and us have been working very closely on lowering down the temperature in the South China Sea, as we've seen from their most recent inaugural meeting of foreign ministers in the Philippines. So there's a lot of diplomatic effort. So when U.S. operation in the South China Sea at this very sensitive moment, and what message does the Trump administration send to China and to the region? So it does not worry only about China, it's also worry about the region as a whole.
Nong Hong, I have to ask you, the Trump administration, actually the U.S. administration, has always seen island building in the South China Sea as illegal. Explain to us China's position and take on this.
I think there's so much homework for the Trump administration's Asian policy team to catch up, because China's claims over those features in the South China Sea is based on customary international law, such as a territory acquisition principle, like first discovery, first occupation, and effective administration, etc. So when China built those land reclamation on those features that it claims sovereignty, it's under a sovereign state's full sovereignty to build up those facilities, including the construction and also the military facilities and civilian facilities. So I think when Secretary of State Tillerson made that statement, he does not actually understand what is China's claims and what principle that China claims based on.
How worried are you about a miscalculation by either side taking this dispute to a whole different level?
I think, well, if we look at China's reaction, we can actually observe that China's response it's normal, but it's also very restrained. It does not actually aim to challenge U.S. freedom navigation and respect the freedom navigation. And I think there's a lot for China-U.S. to actually figure out whether there are convergence of interests, like overfit the divergence of interest, or for instance, on the military activities. So once they actually find out the solution that they actually have a lot of common, which is like make sure the sea lines of communication in the South China Sea is smooth, and also safety and how to avoid incident at sea in the South China Sea, and how to keep this region peaceful and stable. That's the common interest for both countries. I think in order for the two countries to balance, and they need to understand that they need each other in this region.
And Nong Hong, this is not just about the United States, obviously. Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Taiwan, Brunei are all involved in this. Of course, we talked about how China and Philippines have agreed to further cooperation. Do you see a solution inside when it comes to the dispute in South China Sea? Quickly, please.
Yes, I think, well, all these South China Sea claimants there in China, they actually have formed a consensus that this region the dispute needs to resolve peacefully and stable through either negotiation or the way that they actually prefer. So there's a lot of common efforts, diplomatic efforts and legal efforts in this region.
And you are optimistic?
I'm optimistic, as
all right.
always.
Well, good way to end it there. Thank you so much. And once again, that was Nong Hong with the Institute for China-America Studies.